Day 2, Montreal.
Day 2 in Monty the Rail. We're out here on the streets where we belong. Well, we're getting ready to hit the gym, guys. Going hard out here. Day 1, we got our client. His main issue was frame control. You guys can't expect to go out and not bring the fun and the high energy when you're at a club. You just can't do that. We are in Montreal, boys. Great city, underrated, definitely underrated. Beautiful women, sick music. They have some really cool live music.
Yeah. Good food.
Good food. It's just a pretty underrated city, I guess, because Canada has Toronto and Vancouver, which are bigger cities. But overall, guys, if you're in Montreal or you ever are planning a quick trip, just to hit some city in Canada, definitely hit up Montreal. I think it's good. What do you think about the quality? The quality
it's really high. One thing I really noticed compared to the US is we like to call it like souped up girls, right? You got souped up girls who get big lips, big boobs, big butts, or whatever.
Yeah.
Over here, you got a lot of natural beauties. Like they dress really classy, really feminine, and they're really freaking friendly up here, man.
Yeah.
Really
super friendly. Yeah, they're like souped up sevens, right? Like it's just like buying a a Honda Civic and pimping it out and making it really fast versus just owning a Porsche. It's they could go just as fast, depending on how you mod them, but the Porsche is always more beautiful just naturally.
Honda's reliable, bro. Honda reliability.
So, yeah, I think the natural beauty here, I'm a huge fan of it. Yeah,
girls are friendly, man.
Yeah, there's a 10 of everything. Like if you like brunettes, blondes, there's even some Latina looking chicks that aren't Latina, but they look Latina and they're straight 10s. Yeah. And they're natural and I love it.
Asian girls, white girls, French girls.
Yeah, French girls, beautiful.
The bra is a thing of the past here, bro.
Yeah, thing of the past, bro. Start walking commando too, dude.
Yeah, literally.
So, so we're in Montreal, cool city, but the reason we're here is because we're running a VIP immersion here with our client, and overall for the nightlife as well, the nightlife is really good. The bars here and the clubs, they're kind of like very good vibes.
Yeah.
If you could compare it to a club in New York or a bar, which one would you compare it to?
I couldn't compare it to just one, but it's very similar. They have like the really dark, loud, speakeasy type club.
Yeah.
They have the places for the younger kids to go, college kids.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy because also you have to be 18 to drink over here.
It's wild.
So, which it's almost like, dude, when you're in the club, say you're 30, you're in the club with 18-year-olds. It's kind of almost strange.
Yeah, it's so weird. It feels weird just because it's hard to relate to that age.
It's impossible to relate.
But there's a few pockets in Montreal for the nightlife. You have Saint Laurent. I think it's fucking roast me in the comments if I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah.
There's Saint Laurent, which is all the young 18 to 20-year-olds in college.
Yep.
But it's kind of tricky because our client was saying that in that street, people here get fakes at age 16.
Yeah.
And that's scary. So we avoided that area. But Saint Laurent's the very young crowd, 18 to 20. So if you guys are watching that and you're in that age group, that's where you go. From 21 to and up, they all kind of hang out at the classier bars.
The classier bars and clubs, yeah.
Yeah, the classier bars and clubs, which here I think is called Old Port.
Yeah.
Which you have our favorite one, Fly Gin.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is 3 a.m. in Montreal.
It's almost 4.
The streets are empty. You can say what if it's Brandon. Streets are super empty, but we had a debrief today and we're going back home. The way we do things is if we don't pull with the student, which a lot of times are things that you can't control, and that's totally fine to not pull. But the way we run things is we go out with the student, and if we don't pull, we have a debrief at where we're staying, at the hotel we're staying, and we talk about why we don't close and why we don't do things. In this instance, we were in a 2-set. Me and Brandon double teamed the 2-set. Brandon, how do we run like when we're coaching one guy? How do we run it?
So one of us goes in set with him, and we bring the student in, and one of us will feed information on what to do next to the student. So we're just like, it's like I'm an extension of the student basically. Right. So, and I'll explain to him what to say and why things why they're working.
Exactly. So that's how we run it. We basically do a pick and roll. If anybody's into the NBA, we do a pick and roll, but for game. And then Palma. So they're all like kind of like in the business district a little bit. Yeah. So it's fun. The nightlife here is a lot of fun. Beautiful women, great food, and just very receptive. So if you guys are work nomads, working from home, or you're travel nomads, digital nomads, definitely spend some time here. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. But running the program in Montreal has been very good for our client. How, you want to tell them how we run it?
Yeah. So every day we meet up and we do basically like a theory session where we talk about what me and Jesse believe works in game and meeting women.
Yeah.
We break down our systems before we go out. We have a few drinks. We build the vibe. But the most important thing, I'm telling you right now, what nobody else is doing, is we mic our clients up, okay?
Yep.
We mic them up, and then we'll listen to the audio after, and we'll say, okay, this is where you could have done better. You could have been more flirty right here. You could have pulled back right here, okay? You should have stopped being so platonic for so long.
Yeah.
There's nothing like personalized feedback, because I don't care what anyone says. All these boot camps you go on, dude, a lot of times you're in places with loud music. I could be literally an inch away from you and you're not going to hear what the person's saying.
Yep.
I might be able to read the body language, but it really helps when I can hear the entire conversation with the girl, man. It's a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely game changer. Because let's be honest, guys, when we're out at the club, at the bar with you, it's impossible to hear what you're saying. So we can definitely fix your verbals, your tonality, your physicality, your body language, all that stuff. We can fix it, but let's be real, we cannot hear jack shit. We can't hear anything you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's why we mic you guys up, because then we can break it down like, oh no, you should have said this. This is why this failed. She's already bored. I can tell in the audio. You're not being flirty enough. You're not being, you're not making it man to woman. You're not establishing that you like her. You could have pulled right there. You could have, asked for some one-on-one time, taking her somewhere else. So we do all this in the audio, and we do this the day after. Or if we don't pull with the student, we do it right afterwards.
Yeah, right after.
Sometimes last night we were up to 3:30 a.m.
3:30 or almost 4 a.m.
Yeah, almost 4 a.m. just breaking down the client's audio. Okay. Now,
I seriously think it's the fastest way to get better.
It's the absolute fastest way to get better.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then right after doing that, there's a lot that happens, guys, in a camp, because your actions with women are nothing but a reflection of how you're feeling inside, which means all your insecurities, all your doubts, all those things, they become live when you're talking to girls, because girls sense that.
Yep.
And so it's not just a session of breaking down game and pulling and stuff, even though that's the primary objective. It also becomes like an interpersonal development session where guys open up to us and they talk to us about their problems, and we find out the reason they had a problem with a chick, an approach or something, is because they had some trauma in the past, and that's fixed right there. We get to the point. We get so deep with our clients. Get to it, guys. I don't know if you're not getting laid in 2023, boy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is he doing, my guy?